Welcome to another Daily Classics Top Pick based on originality, condition, and price. Today's feature car is a 1968 Chevy Camaro Convertible base car with a 3-speed manual transmission. You're really going to enjoy this car. My name is Rob Loferese. You're watching the Daily Classics channel. Let's go check this car out. I found this car this morning on Auto Trader, the classic Auto Trader website. I go on there often. You'll find most of the cars you'll find on Auto Trader. They're also listed on Craigslist as well. So there's a lot of duplication there. But this car is a 1968 Chevy Camaro. It's a base car. It has a 250 cubic inch engine, inline six. It has the 3-speed manual transmission mounted on the floor, which is really interesting. The seller states it's a 10-year-old restoration. He's asking $39,900, and it's based in Stamford, Connecticut. It's really a beautiful car, folks. In 1968, the Camaro changed a bit, had a revised grille. It was more of a pointed design with integral turn signals. The taillights were split design, replaced by a single unit that was there in 67. The side marker lights were added both on the front and rear fenders, and that was mandated by the federal government for safety compliance. There was no vent windows this year, and it was replaced by the new Astro ventilation system, which I always thought was a great name, Astro Ventilation. I think GM did a really nice job marketing that feature. Other than that, the base cars really didn't change too much, but this was a very big year for the heavy muscle cars. I mean, the big engines were definitely taking the scene, and they added a multi-leaf rear suspension. They added beefed up the rear a little bit so the car wouldn't have wheel hop. But this car is a inline six-cylinder. It's not a race car or anything like that. Let's get to the ad and see if we can have a walk around on this car. There's really not much to really critique too much. I mean, we can't see how well of a restoration this car is in photographs, but it definitely looks like a complete car with a really nice stance. And I'm thinking the seller is a dealer or somebody that has a collection of cars, because I'm seeing some classic cars in the background as well. Um, there it is. I mean, it's a six-cylinder engine, 250 cubic inch engine. I don't believe this car has any options on it. May not even have power steering. But what's interesting to note is that when you find a base car like this, a lot of cars like this would be used for the resto rods, so people are getting six figures on some of these resto rods, putting LS2s in there and putting vintage air conditioning systems in there and beefing up the suspension and disc brakes. You know the game. And a lot of cars like this are not surviving because people can pick these things up and make these cars much more valuable to people with big money. So it's nice to see a car that is as original as this car, with its original 3-speed transmission coming through the tunnel. Like I said, I doubt it has power steering, roll up windows. It's really, truly a refreshing car to see. It's so pretty in its natural stance, and doesn't even have, full wheel covers, got the dishes. But it is a convertible, and that adds a lot of value too. And it just has a very good look to it. I really like this car a lot. And there it is at an auto show. So the photos aren't too uh, they're not too recent, but I'm thinking this car is a honest car. From a price point, he's asking $39,900. I'm thinking that car is almost worth exactly that amount of money, depending on how well the restoration was done, right? So we're going to be looking for Bondo and plastic and the rust on the undercarriage to make sure the undercarriage wasn't doctored up with some, black gook spray paint and things like that. But if the undercarriage is all original with no rust, and the rear quarters were restored correctly, I'm sure this car was restored at one time, and I'm sure there's some rust that was covered up at one time and done correctly. But if all the glass and the windows and, if this thing comes across as looking really nicely restored as well as the photos, I think it's definitely worth $35,000. So 35 to $39,000, there's your $4,000 gap to try to close it. I wouldn't walk away on this car for a period of $2,000 if it's something that you want. So I'm pretty bullish on this car. I like it a lot because it's a base car. You don't see them that often. I think the potential on the value, on the upside value on this car is pretty strong, because you'll see less and less of cars like this as people convert these into resto rods and, try to bring six figures out of them. So like the car a lot. That basically wraps up our daily classic pick for today. If you would like to get more information on this car, go to our Facebook page. You can find this car and the link sharing the conversation. We got 10,200 members on our Facebook page. Please give a thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed, and please subscribe to this channel because we're trying to grow it, of course, and we want to feature live Q&A sessions as well. And thank you all your support for this channel. We'll see you again as the cars come up. We're going to be posting them every day. Until the next car, we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.